Hello, everyone. Welcome back to NeoEnglish, the podcast where we help you learn practical English through real news.
Hi, listeners. Today we are talking about an important news story. Stock market today. Dow Creeps Higher. Trump says China violated trade deal. This was a headline from the Wall Street Journal.
Don't worry if you don't understand everything right now. We will explain all the words and phrases step by step.
Let's start with the title. First, what is the stock market? The stock market is a place where people buy and sell parts of companies. These parts are called stocks or shares.
For example, if you buy one share of Apple, you own a small part of Apple. If the value goes up, you can sell it to make a profit. If the value drops, you might lose money.
Another example, some people buy shares of a company like Tesla. If Tesla's value increases, their shares are worth more. That's how the stock market works.
Now, the headline says, Dow creeps higher. The Dow is short for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, one of the most important groups of stocks in the United States. It's just called Dow for short.
And creeps higher means it goes up but slowly. Creep is usually used to talk about something moving slowly and quietly.
For example, if you say, my cat creeps into my bed, it means the cat moves slowly and quietly onto the bed. In the news, the Dow creeps higher means the stock prices are going up a little bit, not fast.
The next part is, Trump says China violated trade deal. Donald Trump is the former president of the United States.
Violated means not following the rules. If you violate a rule, you break it.
For example, if you cross the red light when driving, you violate the traffic rules. If someone does not keep a promise, they violate an agreement.
A trade deal is an agreement between countries about buying and selling products to each other.
For example, the US and China have a trade deal to buy and sell more goods to each other. Or Europe makes a trade deal with Japan so they can trade cars and electronics easily.
So, in this news, Trump says China did not follow the agreement on trade. They broke the rules of the trade deal.
Let's put it all together. The news is saying that today the Dow Jones, which is a group of big American companies, went up a little bit. At the same time, Trump said China did not keep their promise about trade.
These kinds of news stories are important because when big countries like the US and China have disagreements about trade, it can affect prices and jobs around the world.
For example, if the US and China fight about trade, it can make prices of phones and computers go up. Or companies might not sell as much, so jobs can be affected.
Now, let's talk more about the vocabulary and phrases we learned today.
Sure. First, stock market. Remember, it's a place where people buy and sell shares of companies. You can say, I am interested in the stock market, or the stock market went up today.
Next, Dow or Dow Jones. It's often used to talk about the health of the US economy. For example, the Dow dropped yesterday means the value of American stocks went down.
Creep higher. This phrase describes something moving up slowly. For example, my grades are creeping higher means my scores are slowly getting better.
Another important word is violate. It's used when someone breaks a rule or agreement. For instance, he violated the law by stealing, or they violated the contract by not paying.
And finally, trade deal. It's an agreement between countries. For example, the countries signed a trade deal to lower taxes, or they made a trade deal for more products.
Let's quickly recap the story using these words and phrases. Today, the Dow Jones, one of the most important groups of American company stocks, crept higher. That means the stock prices slowly went up. At the same time, Trump said that China violated or broke the trade deal between China and the US.
This is important because when countries violate trade deals, it can change the economy, prices, jobs, and what we can buy.
Before we finish, let's try explaining the story one more time in another way, using easy words.
Today, the prices of big US companies' shares went up a little. Donald Trump said that China did not keep their promise about buying and selling goods. This is called violating a trade deal.
And if something creeps higher, it slowly goes up. Remember the example with your grades or the cat. Just slow, small changes.
We hope this makes the news clear. Remember these words: stock market, Dow creep higher, violate, and trade deal. Try to use them when you talk about money or news.
If you don't want to miss our daily news in simple English, you can subscribe to Neo English. We're here every day.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep learning, and see you next time.
Goodbye and have a wonderful day.